Welcome to 5 Minute Morning, your daily bite-sized encouragement and food for thought to help you start your morning off on the right foot. Hey, good morning. I am so glad that you're here. I want to talk a little bit today about perspective. I think we all know that it's not just about what we see, but the perspective with which we see something that makes a huge difference in how we respond to it. A couple of years ago, I was having a difficult day. It was nothing crazy. It was just your normal day where you have a certain plan and expectations and how you want things to go, and then thing after thing seems to go another way, and you have to decide kind of in the moment without much warning in how you're going to respond to it, and if it's going to take you out for the whole day or if you're able to readjust. And I think there's some kind of phrase or saying about how frustration or disappointment is usually the gap in between your expectation and your reality. And I think that is so true. Oftentimes we have certain sets of expectations, and it's not even necessarily that is even the best thing or the best possible result, but just what we wanted or what we were able to see. And then oftentimes things do not seem to go that way. I would say 98% of the time they don't. But it was in one of those days where I felt God speak to my heart and give me a clue in how I could overcome this feeling and not have to be stuck in the same cycle of frustrating days. And he spoke to my heart, Lauren, you're a visionary, which means that your daily battles are won or lost in your perspective. And that gave me a huge clue into when I was feeling defeated and when I actually made it out on the other side of those frustrating moments of just like the day-to-day life, you know? But that's what our life is made up of one moment at a time. And when those moments come up where it derails you from your plans, you have an opportunity of how you're going to respond and what you're going to do about it. And oftentimes we do not respond in ways that maybe we wish we had, but each moment is a new opportunity to set for yourself a new course. And I have learned just to pray a simple prayer that when I am in that place and I'm having a hard time, just to ask God to give me his perspective, to have heaven's perspective of the situation, to see things not as I'm seeing it, but as he sees it. And I would say 9 times out of 10, I don't have this crazy vision or moment where, I have an epiphany and everything looks so beautiful and seems to make sense and all be woven together. Usually it's just that things are not as serious or not as big as they feel to me in the moment. But I have this groundedness normally after praying a prayer like that, where I know, what? There's a bigger picture here, and I have to be open to interruption. Oftentimes, it is in the interruptions that we really experience God moments and we see him intervening. I don't know who this quote comes from, but that life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. And I found that a lot of really amazing conversations or kind of breakthrough moments where I hit a path and see a fork in the road, something that I wasn't expecting, that was maybe a frustrating moment in that day, but it can actually lead to a new thought or sense of innovation or idea or conversation. So I encourage you, if you're in those frustrating places, pray for new perspective. Give yourself a moment and pan out and help change the narrative with your words and with your actions, knowing that in another moment from now, you're going to have another opportunity to respond differently to the situations that you're faced with in the day to day. And each moment is filled with potential to see things not just from our limited point of view, but from heaven's perspective. So be encouraged today that in those moments of interruption, that you have an opportunity to see the bigger picture.